Hey, Habs Nation. What a difference a couple of days make in the world of hockey. Just 48 hours ago, there was talk about putting Patrick Lane on the Canadiens' top line. Fast forward to last night in Anaheim, and the high-paid sniper found himself glued to the bench when his team needed a goal the most. The Canadiens, desperate for a win after 4 straight losses, found themselves trailing by 1 in the third. A perfect moment for a player like Lane to step up and do what he's paid $9.1 million to do, score goals. Instead, Martin St. Louis opted to roll with 3 lines, leaving Lane, Kirby Dach, and Michael Pezzetta watching from the sidelines. When a coach keeps a player like Lane off the ice, not even on the power play, it's either a sign of total distrust or a very deliberate message being sent. And let's be real, Lane's play has been frustrating. He hasn't scored in 6 games, and his defensive work, or lack thereof, was painfully obvious before Anaheim's second goal. It's no secret he struggled before when faced with adversity. Mentally, Lane can be fragile, and there's always a risk that a benching like this could push him further into a slump rather than light a fire under him. That said, almost 90% of fans seem to agree with St. Louis' decision. Even Gilbert Delorme, fresh from Florida, had no sympathy for Lane. In 5-on-5, it's F*** call. It's 0. Yesterday, it was pathetic, but here's the counterpoint. With the season slipping away, was this really the right game to send that message? Some argue that Lane should have at least been used on the power play or as the extra attacker late in the game. Letting him sit for 12 or 13 minutes was already a strong message. Was there really a need to completely sideline him? If St. Louis had won the game, this conversation might not even be happening. But the Habs lost. They didn't get that crucial goal. And now, there's a real question of whether this approach will pay off in the long run or if it will only damage Lane's confidence further. What happens next? Does Lane respond by coming out flying against the Sharks, proving his coach wrong? Or does he sulk, leading to even bigger issues? If the Canadiens truly don't trust him in big moments, maybe it's time to make an even bigger move, demoting him to the bottom 6 or even scratching him altogether. One thing is for sure, the Canadiens are at a crossroads. If they want to salvage their season, they'll need all hands on deck, including a version of Lane that actually looks like the player they're paying for. Go Habs go!